Alright, so this is probably going to be the first video on this channel. I don't know what the name's going to be. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I just wanted to do this because I got this today. Anyway, this is a review of the Well D95B. I know this isn't anything great. This is an extremely cheap gun. Saying starter level might still be too high for what this is, but I just wanted to do an honest review of it. So anyway, comes in the standard packaging that most cheaper guns come in. The cardboard top with the styrofoam backing. Let's take that off. There's some instructions on the side of it, more details. This comes with, well, I guess I'll tell you in a minute, but shoots 250 FPS. The magazine holds 380, weighs 1.48 pounds, and the length is 22.2 inches with the stock extended and 17.3 with it all the way down. It does have a Gen 3 gearbox, reinforced aluminum pistons, and metal nylon gears. And I think that's most of the details on the outside. Open it up, the instructions. Most of it aren't in English, but it's pretty basic instructions. It actually doesn't show the same magazine that it comes with, so that's kind of pointless, but typical instructions. Then you open the box. This is what you see. So first thing in here is, well, I guess I'll do the other stuff first. Comes here 7.2 volt battery. Comes with your standard cheaper wall charger, which you should just get a smart charger. Also comes with a sling. I already opened this and I already used some of the stuff just to kind of test it out. The sling, if you can see right there, is kind of thin, so I could see this breaking, but the spring in it that holds that up is actually pretty decent. So not a terrible sling, but you definitely could get better. And some pretty cheap, terrible looking BBs. And I'll move all that to the side. Show the actual gun. I'll take the mag out first. So this is an MP5 replica, but remember that it is a mini MP5, so it's not going to be full size. It is shorter. I wouldn't really count this as like a primary. I'd count it more as a secondary, pretty much. But it does come with a 380 round drum mag. Wind is on the side. The trap door is right there, just to dump all the BBs in. And then the gun itself. And it also comes with unjamming rod, but it actually doesn't have the pieces on the end to put the cloth to clean it. So that's the packaging. It fits in pretty nicely. It's not like loose, but then it's not like overly packed too. So the packaging is pretty decent for a cheaper gun. But this is the gun itself. I don't know if you can tell right now how small it is, but like if I put it up to my shoulder, it's pretty small looking down the sights. I think it was 17 inches with the stock. What you do is there's a little piece right here that comes to the side. You pull it to the side, and there's the shortest. There's three modes. The short one, there's the longest one like that, and then there's a medium one somewhere that it sometimes like skips over. Yeah, and then there's the medium one, but I like it all the way out. So I also start from front to back. So in the front you have the usual orange flash hider. I actually like the style of that one. It's pretty nice. I probably won't take it off, and I probably won't paint over it. But yeah. Oh, also before I forget, this gun is actually all polymer, besides I think a few small pieces, which I'll tell you which ones they are. But anyway, that's the flash hider. Fixed front plastic iron sight. It does actually have a sling point right here, which I think's plastic. So this is the, not foregrip, but this is the front part of the gun, and it actually is where the battery is stored. you look under, there's a little notch. You pull that back. This gets like kind of stuck sometimes, but you pull it back and then that grip just pulls right off. Here's a little slot that the connector goes in, and then the battery fits perfectly in that. Oh, I guess I'll just show you. The battery fits perfectly in that little section right there, and then you just tuck the connector away in that little slot. Getting this battery cover back on is kind of tricky because I don't know why. You kind of have to click it in and slide it and just play with it. But anyway, yeah, that's where the battery goes. One of the biggest reasons I bought this gun is because it does actually have the charging handle. It doesn't actually do anything. I just like that. That's a nice detail to have added on to it. How it locks in place at the top, and then the spring that holds that, it's actually pretty decent. It's not like it doesn't feel cheap. It actually snaps into place pretty good. But going along the top, there isn't a rail. The top of the gun is just pretty flat with some like details cut into it. The back iron sight is actually adjustable, and this is one of the few metal pieces I talked about. So if you can see this actually spins, and there's two reticles, not reticles, but two versions are just little holes in the metal, and then these two are just little cutouts. So you get to pick pretty much between the two holes. There's a smaller one and a larger one. Anyway, moving on. The safety is actually, oh, not the safety, the fire selector is ambidextrous. So down is safe, and then middle is semi, top is full auto. One more note I want to make while I'm talking about the safety is that this little button right here, that's actually a safety too. The battery's not in, but if I put it on full auto, you see you can't pull the trigger unless you're holding that little safety too. So it does have a double safety, kind of like a 1911 or something. But anyway, continue moving back. I already explained the stock. Right here there's another metal sling point. I think that's pretty much everything about it. The magazine clips in, so it's still a pretty small gun. My only complaint about this is that when you have it up to your shoulder, this section right here, like, it's kind of cramped just because it's so small, but it is a toy, and for the price point, it's not bad. But one last thing I wanted to do was put the battery in so I could actually show the fire rate, and then maybe a clip of it actually shooting just to see if it shoots straight, if it's way off. But yeah, like I said, the little connector just goes right there, and the wires come through, and the battery hooks into that. And then the grip just clips into place. And let's put it on semi, and auto. So the battery actually isn't charged all the way. I just plugged it in for probably probably around 30 minutes, just to get an idea. But the fire rate probably could be a little bit higher if you put like an 8.6 in it, or just if the battery's charged all the way. But I'm gonna put one clip of the gun shooting just a little bit on semi and auto in a second, and I think that's probably gonna be the end of the video. So yeah, I'll add that clip right here.
Alright, so as you can see, you can kind of see the gun a little bit better now because I'm outside. You can see that it is fully polymer. There's very little wobble except for in the magazine. It moves around a little bit, but other than that, the gun's actually pretty stable for a cheap gun. So it was $30 plus 15 shipping, so this is a $45 gun. But anyway, onto the shooting test. So this is on semi with 0.12 gram BBs. So it probably would be going a little bit farther if I was using 20s, but I just wanted to use a lighter one since the battery's not charged all the way, and since it's a battery gun. Fire rate's pretty decent. I also have it on the sling because I wanted to test that out. But I think this is a pretty decent CQB gun just for the price and how cheap it is. It's a nice starter gun. Solid, it's small, it's not super heavy. But yeah, this has been my honest review of the Well D95B Mp5.